I got a question for you. How many hits from an owlbear should a fighter be able to take? And how many hits should a sorcerer be able to take? Think about it. It's gonna be important. In this video, I will try to convince you that there are moments, codified moments in D&D where rolling dice or just random chance in general is not in your favor. As a matter of fact, these moments of overrandomness can negatively impact your fun, agency, and time spent playing. We play D&D to make choices. Most of these choices are character building choices or combat related choices. A fighter with an archery fighting style and high dexterity should be an excellent archer, as opposed to a fighter with dumb dexterity and a different fighting style. Well, imagine if both of these fighters are fighting foes with random AC. Each time they're attacked, their AC changes to a random number. Well, now we get a choice. Our build, or the archery fighting style in case of our fighter. We got a randomness, the D20 roll, which is rules of the game. We know sometimes we're lucky, sometimes we're not. But then we have overrandomness, the random AC which completely invalidates our choice and the rules of the game. You see the problem here? This is what is called overrandomness, or at least I call it overrandomness. And while we do not have monsters with random AC in D&D, I will show you a few instances where I think overrandomness exists and you could do something to maybe improve your games. You want to play a tanky character, so you choose a fighter class. With its D10 hit die and the +3 you put into your constitution, you are very tanky. Your friend, on the other hand, wants to play a sorcerer and throw cool spells around. They don't care about sheer survivability. After all, they have you, the tanky dude, to take care of incoming hurt, and thus they put a 0 into their constitution. Few sessions down the line, you both reach 3rd level. The party had agreed that everyone rolls their hit die on level up, so you do so now too. Well, you rolled a 1 before and a 1 now, making your hit point total 21. Your sorcerer friend, though, they rolled a 6 twice. Their hit point total is now 18. See the difference between 21 and 18? Well, I can, but barely so. And for a game where character building takes such a prominent role, this feels like a cardinal sin. You have a choice, class, and investing in constitution. You have rules of the game, with every level up, you are gonna get tougher. Then you have this overrandomness, the dice that completely invalidate the choice and the rules of the game. You did not get much tougher, while your sorcerer friend did. That's why many tables choose not to roll for hit points, and I tell my players, take the averages, do not roll. Because it just makes your class choice and your choice of where you distribute your ability scores that much more meaningful. Had both you and your friend taken averages, you'd have a whopping 31 hit points at 3rd level, while they would have 14. Guess who chose to be tanky? And guess who chose to be a glass cannon? But there is more. So you've both reached 3rd level, and it's time to fight a classic 3rd level monster. How about an owlbear? An owlbear makes 2 attacks, and each attack deals 2d8 plus 5 damage. So each attack could deal anywhere between 7 and 21 points of damage. That means that you, a fighter who invested into constitution, could be taken down in theoretically 2 hits. And your sorcerer friend, who did not invest into constitution, could be taken down theoretically in 2 hits. You see the difference? Well, I do not. We have the agency in form of AC, hit points, and constitution. We have the rules of the game, the randomness, the attack roll, which keeps us on our toes, but then we have damage roll, which in my opinion acts as overrandomness, because the impact could be negligible or very high. So let's do away with it, with 1 layer of randomness, and let's say that owlbear always deals average damage on attack, 14. Suddenly, your sorcerer friend can take only 1 hit and they are down. But had they put even 1 point into their constitution, they'd be able to take 2 hits. That's a difference. It would have paid off. You, on the other hand, as a fighter, you can now take 3 hits, right? And this opens up this wonderful tactical metagaming that I think benefits the game. Because you now have information, how much damage the owlbear deals with 1 attack, you can plan ahead, where you want to be and how deep you want to go in. Not to mention, healing now becomes that much more attractive. Healing in 5th edition is notoriously bad because it's the most effective when you have no hit points at all, so-called yo-yo healing. Well, now, even slight healing could make a difference between taking 1 hit or taking 2 hits. So will this make the game boring? Well, no, because we have another layer of randomness, which you might have heard of, critical hits. These are rare, but they will mess up your plans. The more you tailor your plans around the tight hit point budget, the more impactful the unexpected critical hits will be. And this makes the game interesting and fun. As Matt Colville would say, drama. But there is another thing here that I feel like I should point out as a dungeon master. Rolling for damage is just not all that fun. I mean, I need to find specific dice, especially if I'm running multiple monsters in an encounter. I need to do the extra layer of math, and I just takes up my mental CPU, makes my job harder. It's not even that fun to roll dice. Trust me. Let go of damage rolls. I never knew how bothered I was with 6 different saving throws until I did away with them. See, you could have an attack bonus, an ability bonus, and a saving throw bonus, all tied to the same ability score, yet they're different. This level of granularity, in my opinion, might offer some holistic insight into the monster, but this insight does not help me as a dungeon master to run the monster. It doesn't help my players to fight it. The trade-off is not good. It's not worth it. The idea is that these varying saving throw bonuses on monsters represent their capacity to avoid certain types of harm, while our spellcasting ability score represents our ability, our PC's ability, to inflict certain type of harm, right? So we choose a spell, Fireball to target dexterity, or Hold Person to target wisdom. We have the rules, the D20, the saving throw monster makes. And then I think there is an element of overrandomness here. Which spell do you choose? Which ability score you target on a monster? Because how do you know which one is good, which one is bad? What is the difference here, the space between the good one and the bad one? You have no information, so you cannot make a meaningful choice. For example, DMs and players alike, tell me in the comment section, what is the best and the worst saving throw on an owlbear? How about a Gorgon, or a Medusa, or just a simple skeleton, right? It can get, it's a chore, it's not easy. This wide spectrum of 6 different saving throw bonuses, they just turn into tactical noise if your players don't know what these numbers are. So how about we do away with 6, and we just keep 2, good one and average one. So what does this achieve? First of all, your spellcasting ability score is now stronger in my opinion because it competes with only 2 numbers instead of 6 numbers. Second, your choice of which ability score to target does matter because now you have only 2 different numbers instead of 6 ones, which means it's easier to gather information and make an informed choice. And third, it's easier for me as a DM to run my monsters and to parse them. Does that make sense? If yes, how do we determine how good is the good save, how good is the average save? Or which ones are good saves and which ones are the average ones? Well, here is a quick and dirty way to do it. For good saves, just take the monster's highest saving throw, and for the average ones, just use half of that, right? This is good rule of thumb. And how do we determine which ones are good, which ones are average? Well, I just split them into 3 and 3. 3 are good, 3 are average. But which ones? Here is the spicy part. You can just decide it on your own. Just pick it, choose it on the spot, right? You don't even need to look at monster stat blocks. Use the fiction in the game, use the monster's fantasy, and use your gut feeling. It's your God-given right as a DM to come up with things. So do it, exercise it, right? Now, here's one caveat. If you're gonna do this, it might be a good idea to roll your saving throws in the open, or to just let the players know that what the bonus is of the monsters, because this open information is in fact the thing that prevents the overrandomness. Now, we could do the same with 6 different ability scores, but it just seems like a chore. It just seems like we're doing more and we're not really gaining more, right? We want to work smart, not work hard. At least that's my stance on dungeon mastering. So, to recap, rolling too many dice, consider rolling less. Rolling for hit points, consider taking the average. Rolling for damage rolls, consider taking the average. Too many saving throw bonuses, consider using only 2. Players not making informed choices, consider rolling your d20s in open. Well, hopefully I have convinced you that there is such thing as too random and too much choice can be bad. When we condense things, when we see the things we can cut off, we can get a leaner game that is easier to run, offers more agency, and is just more fun all in total. Of course, this might not be your playstyle, but this is how I run my games, and I wish someone had told me this earlier. So, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you join the serial party where we fight deadly bosses. At the end of each video, we're fighting a kobold this time. So each member of the serial party rolls a d6 damage to defeat him. And if you really like the video, consider checking my game, Fantasy Heartbreaker 5e. This is not the game you know and love in the doobly-doo, and I will see you next time. Cheers!